Ready to go? Are you ready to go? I'm taking you through a nice journey called the Siwa Marketing Plan. Let's discover this from bad to glory. From bad to glory, right? Let us discover this story now, the great story. Before proceed further, let's go back to my beloved definition, the one which I created and I love, and it's been working with me in my veins throughout the years. Marketing is about getting the right goods or services, by all means, to the right people in the right place at the right time, at the right price, with the right level of communication, with a big dollar sign, profitability. It has to be there. That is the basic definition of marketing. Are you in agreement with me here? Yes. Right? So do you believe so? Yes. All right, then can I proceed further? Whenever you speak the language of marketing, you can never be complete in your statement without talking about branding. So they come hand in hand together. So you cannot speak marketing without branding. You cannot speak the other way around, branding without touching base on marketing. So they really come in love with each other. They mix well together, right? They don't work separate. Here, when it comes to writing a marketing plan, don't think it is a very easy task. It's not a piece of chocolate or a piece of cake. It takes time and effort, and we'll be running through part of my marketing plan. But this is one of my quotes. It's been living with me over the years. It says, writing a marketing plan is similar to putting together a complicated puzzle. It is only when each puzzle contains, the piece of that puzzle contains information that only makes sense when you see the finished product, when you see the big picture from the helicopter view. Then you can see you have the nice puzzle together. So the same thing when it comes to the marketing plan. When you see it from a distance, it just seems such a beautiful, complicated, but such a beautiful piece of formation. You can never write a plan without having super team, winning family, great team, outperforming members, different people. They feel cheerful. They feel good that they're working with you. And they almost look identical to each other. They almost twin because they really embrace each other, love and affection, and the way moving forward. So without a great team, you can never move on, right? So you need to get them involved right from the beginning. The second thing, it is a hard time. It needs a time. So you have to bang your head against the wall a couple of times. Do that. Otherwise, you can't be a marketer. Would you do that? Yeah, someone says yes, thank you. So you're banging your head against the wall, tung, 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 probably to the PC, just to get out of the abyss from your mind. Yeah, maybe you're shaking your head. We'll give you an extra idea. Again, you have to appreciate the time factor. You can never have a plan if you don't appreciate the time factor. So it needs really quality time to write a plan, right? The fourth thing, which is important, again, never underestimate the value of the social media now. So please keep swinging, keep hanging to the social media. They're a must, they're part of the system. So writing a plan and saying no to the old or to the new era of social networking or social network or social tools, you're gambling, you're burning your fingers, I should say, with that plan. So keep this in mind. This is my great story. It was 2014 when I was handpicked by His Highness to chair one of the biggest and the largest organization in the history of Sharjah called Siwa. And I was given an almighty task to turn around this near-death organization to a new birth organization. So it was an executive order. We call it here an Amiri decree from His Highness President Al-Qasimi. I really love him because my love, my affection to him, to Sharjah, I have accepted this job. Before that, thank you. Because of the love, because of the affection I have for him and for Sharjah, I have accepted this. Before that, most of you know that I was chairing 4 big departments for 10 years. I was in charge of the Hamriya Free Zone, I was in charge of the Safe Zone, the airport, Sharjah Airport, and I was in charge about the seaports and in charge about the customs. So I was also handling for 10 years a big task And all of them tend to be profitable, money-making to the government of Sharjah over the years where I was ruling. Now, this is part of some of the challenges I was faced with back in 2014. It is a big debt company, just can't give the figure here, but there was a big debt on the company, and the interest rate, they were as high as 9%. You could imagine on the loans we had. Overstaffed, underskilled, over 5,500 employees, and aging power plants, aging network, aging pipelines. And this is our safety department. This is how they put out fires. This is the way how we're putting out fires, right? I'm just kidding, right? But that is not the whole story. Still, there were more almighty challenges. One of them, the brand was, I was always calling it, was murdered through the mismanagement. So the brand was murdered through the mismanagement, lack of visibility of the project. Most of the projects were running overtime and running on the cost. And then we had pretty much of those pictures called the frustrated customers, just tearing their ears, right? So that was the situation. So this is one of the great scholars, American scholar, Dr. Bilal Abdul Aleem. He lives in UAE for quite some time now. He came all the way from the US. This is his latest book. He's a writer. He's an inspirational speaker. And he wrote a book recently entitled From the USA to the UAE, and he was sharing with us about his great journey from the US, settling almost here in the UAE and mainly living in Sharjah. In his book, he said, whenever His Highness faced difficulties of running any of the organization in Sharjah, he was referring to me in his book, which I really felt so much inspired. And I know this man at least for the last 10 years, right? And he said, whenever there's a difficulties in Sharjah, His Highness will be pulling Rashid from wherever he is and put him in that organization to fix it. And that is really, that's a real truth here.